No. Yeah, there is a light spell, but I don't have a sun jewel. Let me guess, I could have a sun jewel by now, and this is a time when I could use it. S. U. S. Let's ask if there's danger. This cave is a place of great and terrible danger. You feel quite certain that to go a step further in would mean certain death. Probably because I don't have a light source. Okie doke, let's just turn around and leave. Bye. That's a creepy noise. You hear that in the background? It's a heart thumping. Thump, 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 like that. Although now, I'm like curious. Like, what would happen if I went further in? Nah. Would I just die? Like you tripped and fell, and that's why it's unsafe? Let's rewind. Let's go on in! Yeah, instant death. Rip. Let's just turn around and leave. There's something in there that's dangerous, and we can't see it, so we can't fight it. That will be a theme later in the second game, too. If you can't see it, you can't fight it. Breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause halfway up the valley slope. A small wooden hut is opposite, set a little way back from the path. Let's look at it. Stop and watch the hut dropping behind a bush out of sight. As you do so, after a few minutes, you see a troll emerge, ducking to get through the tiny frame of the building. He's clearly guarding something around here, perhaps a mine. Perhaps he was stationed here long ago to guard a city that has now crumbled to ruin. Let's see what he does. Jet stands outside the hut a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with the speed and dexterity of a mill wheel. Then he stomps away, round the curve of the hill. Probably have just a few minutes before he reappears. Let's go into the hut. Soon you race over to the hut and see what you can pilfer inside. Inside is a barren shack of low oak table in the center with no windows. There is no door. A pile of blankets in one corner is the only nicety. Search the blankets. 3 gold pieces, most likely the trolls pay for the entire year. Take it. Leave. Go back and face the troll. Slip away. Although I kind of want to fight the troll. Let me just rewind. Let me see what happens if I just go up and approach the hut. A troll! Let's approach him. Not afraid to let it see you. And see you it does, raising an enormous sword above its head and roaring. Trolls are dim-witted creatures but cannot be reasoned with, despite any stories you may have heard. Dumb? That might be a good thing to cast. Just a second, guys. Alrighty. Let's cause clumsiness. Whose heavy, thick-set features seem to get heavier and thicker in a heartbeat. Steps forward and kicks the blade out of its own sword, knocking it from its own grip. It curses, picks the weapon up, only to drop it again. You could fight it easily now, or, no doubt, you could run away. Let's fight it. Now he's much weaker, ready to dance around the confused creature. Begins yelling and shouting. This is more than he could possibly do because of his minimized capabilities. Let's just keep doing with 4. And 1 more to kill him. Goodbye. Easily the better swordsman. You swipe him with your blade. You swing, spinning around on the spot. The last cut slices through the troll's neck. Flawless fighting. Let's search his hut. Yep, just the 3 gold pieces. That was expensive, though. Like, that cost me 3 stamina to make him confused, and I didn't get anything for fighting him. When I could have just, looted his place and ran away. I'm at half stamina now. I do have 4 rations. Just keep on walking. Another hour passes as you finish the climb, with the sun starting to hang heavy in the sky. You reach the top and meet the other end of the rope bridge. Let's look back across the bridge. It looks stable, but is undoubtedly a death trap set to part travelers from their gold and their lives. Continue down the slope as the evening draws in. Well, there's a town ahead. Some way down the hill, you stop and rest, sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards. At the foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village. And quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Might as well go in. Good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward. When an overhanging branch touches your face, and you hear it lively chirping. Hear a lively chirping. I don't think I want to turn around. We got killed by some sort of doomsday bird back in the mine, and trees have been nothing but trouble so far. Between the bees and the elves, it's just trouble constantly. Ugh. Small creature, the size of a bird. It's childlike but very thin, with green skin. Flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It lands on your shoulder with its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Let's cast a spell. What was that mind-reading spell that I need the hat for? TEL. I can't. Go away. Actually, I know what this is, and I wouldn't mind casting that, just saying. Let's go. Minimite. Indifferent to the small creature. I'm Jan, it says, sitting on your shoulder. I'm a Minimite. I don't like this thing. Look at it. It's a freaking elf. Ascend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering, tall, and throw the village into a deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. What's going on? Are they bewitched? She said, no, if it was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the festival of the young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jane waves a little hand around the village. The idea is, once a year, children are allowed the freedom of the village. It's a time of great fun and lots of pranks. Quickly becomes obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings, are a number of children sitting in the street drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and spanking her. My goodness. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut, with a sign that reads, Glandragger's Tavern. It's complete mayhem. Let's rescue the old woman. Intending to rescue the woman, but at the sight of your manner and sword, the boy puts her down and gets to his feet. And what are you about? He demands. I'm the leader of this village for today, and I say, get to bed. Strike him? No. He's quite clearly enraged. He lets up a hollering cry, and suddenly there's 100 children around. Not all beggars, but well fed and armed with sticks and pitchforks. You hiss a noise in your ear. Better run for it. Fight! Sort of smack the children away as best you can without injuring them, but there are too many. After a few minutes they have you, 5 holding your arms, 10 your legs. Jen flutters up in the air, hovering above the fray. A group of them hollering and cheering, carrying you out of town and dump you in the grass, pausing only to relieve you of your gold purse. No. How about that doesn't happen? Freeze. I can't read its mind, so I don't know if it's a threat or not, but it was talking to me. Let's talk to it. What do you want with me? Where I'm going is dangerous. What are you? So you've gone. That is an option, but man, it's so jerkish. What is going on in the village? I'm not going to tell it, I'm going to protect it. Can I just punch the kid? Wham! Run for it! Quite the warrior. Yeah. I was hoping to interrupt his shouting for help. Okay. Let's just keep going. It's not a threat. Yes. Okay. Enter the festival. Goodbye, old woman. Let's enter the tavern. Hi. This is his locket? Where did you get... Here. Slide the locket you found in the field of pilfergrass over the counter. Does it mean anything to you? Takes it, curious to see what it is. It flips the cover to reveal the portrait of a young lady. His face turns a scarlet red color. Where did you get this? He glowers. I found it. Draws himself to his full height, then laughs. No, I'm only joking, he replies, snapping the locket shut and putting it down. I've never seen her before. It's not my woman. My woman lives in Car. I did for Car myself. Of course you are, he grins. Everybody comes this way is going to Car, or running away from it. Can you tell me about it? Car. I used to live there, you know, with this woman of mine. It's a town for love, you know. You have to live every day like it's your last in Car, because the chances are high that it will be. Now, there's a city of thieves if there ever was one. I'll manage. Good for you, replies with a nod. Suppose the worst that happened to me back there was a broken heart in the end. Goes back to wiping down the bar. The thought occurs to him. We'll be passing through Torpani, I suppose. The Svins and Torpani are normally a merry lot, but they're pretty depressed at the moment. It's a real gloom about the place. What's the matter? Oh, well. Then waves away whatever's on the tip of his tongue. I'm sure it's nothing to concern you. Counter Jen issues a loud burp. He's been sipping ale from puddles on the bar top and is now quite drunk. Bye, Jan. Perfect opportunity to give the critter the slip. You get quietly to your feet. Don't manage it. At the last moment, Jan rouses himself and flies wobblingly back to your shoulder. I love you, he whispers into your ear. Darn. Hangers on. Out of the tavern. Turn a corner, find a group of girls standing by a signpost reading, "To the Crystal Waterfall." They're tripping up their elders as they pass, giggling. Stop the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they are too distracted by Jan, whom they delight in poking and tickling and generally cooing over. After a few minutes of asking them about the waterfall, you give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" Another shouts, "The water is good for you!" Jan sighs, already missing the intention, but comes back to rest on your shoulder. Could find an inn, go to the waterfall, or leave town that way? I guess that would be the camp. I remember that place. The last time I played this. There stands in the doorway a formidable young girl armed with a baker's paddle. What do you want? Room and board. 9 gold pieces. No. That's too much. You run a lowly and not a palace. Scoffs back at you, and you turn to walk out of town. Ian is shaking his head. You're fabulous, you are. A real charmer. Jan, you are really asking for trouble. Make your way out of the village and to a stand of tall, dry trees. Under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides between the curling roots, you find a small place to settle down the rest. The pesky Minamite, Jan, perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You're tired enough to fall asleep, but you're hungry from not having eaten. Let's eat. Let the old man's nourishing bamba fruit, and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance, you hear the screams and whoops from the village as that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distracted from such revelry. Place your head in your backpack and close your eyes. Let's sleep. Your dreams are filled by walking. Peaks and valleys and endless paths. Curious light plays across them, building walls to heights before ruining them as it moves away. The rest of the night passes silently. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop for now. We're getting close to the end. There's this region, this, and I assume that it wouldn't be there if it wasn't a thing, right? There wasn't really anything I could do in the mines. I feel like that was a place I should have gone, but I couldn't go in. Maybe if I had had a light, but I don't know where I could possibly get a sunstone. Oh well. So yeah, that'll be it for this for now, guys. I will talk to you all next time, alright? Y'all take care, and bye-bye for now.